Simply put, it's getting more expensive to get sick. A study from Harvard-affiliated Brigham and Women's Hospital shows that from 2008 to 2021, drug prices saw an annual inflation rate, of 20%. One digital pharmacy company is hoping to bring those costs down. It's called Alto Pharmacy, and it delivers more than 3 million prescriptions across 12 markets. And it recently hired an Amazon logistics executive as its new CEO. So joining me now is the company's co-founder and CEO, Jamie Karraker. Jamie, great to have you on board. Look, this is a very competitive field, and we'll get into that in a minute. But firstly, how are you going to bring drug prices down? Can you give me an example?
One of the biggest misconceptions about drug pricing in the U.S. is that prices just go up and up over time, and there's nothing really anyone can do about it. But in reality, there are a ton of options available that are often better priced for patients, but they require work. Maybe there's an alternative medication, maybe a coupon available, or prior authorization with insurance. And pharmacists don't really have the time to do the work to actually find those. What we've built is a technology platform that automatically does all of that work because it's deeply integrated into the doctor's office, the insurance, and the pharmacy, and then into the patient's hand, which enables us to get the patient a much cheaper price more and more efficiently.
It's interesting because one of the biggest complaints you hear in this country is that we pay high prices for drugs, but we're the ones paying for the research and development of the drug companies, whereas the same pill, say in Ireland, costs, hardly any euros, a euro for, a course of drugs, whereas here it's costing us a whole lot more. Do you address that?
We do. A lot of the reason why prices in America are often higher is because there is a lot more middlemen and overhead needed to get the right price to the patient, a lot of paperwork needed, and this has increased dramatically over the last couple of decades. This is really the problem that Alto attacks. We automate managing the coordination with doctors, insurance, other stakeholders that might be involved to find you the better price and get through all of this paperwork.
It sounds good. Sounds very like there's a lot of logistics, which I guess would make sense that you have a new CEO coming in, Alicia Bowler-Davis. She was a logistics expert at Amazon, which is impressive because Amazon has some pretty big logistics to stand out. What is she going to bring to the company? Does she have experience in this field?
We are really excited for Alicia to come on board. She was one of the top leaders at Amazon, one of the world's top operators. At Amazon, she actually oversaw a team of almost 1 million people. And I think a lot of the top executives from the world's best companies are starting to look to build the next generation of companies. And in Alto, we have an opportunity to transform a massive industry and build real enterprise business value, but also we're dramatically helping people in their daily lives, making a real impact on real people's lives. And I think the combination of these two things was really exciting to Alicia, and we're excited to have her expertise on the team.
Earlier this year, you did manage to, I think you got, what, $200 million in funding through SoftBank's Vision Fund. What's it been like to try and raise money in this kind of uncertain environment right now? We're coming out of a pandemic, but the economy's struggling. How did that process work?
I spend a lot of my time talking to investors, whether we're fundraising or not, and there has very clearly been a shift in focus from growth at all cost to building long-term sustainable business. And I think a lot of CEOs have really struggled with the suddenness of this change in the last 6 months or so. For us, this is already aligned with our mindset and mentality. We have always been focused on building a strong long-term business in the healthcare ecosystem that's really sustainable. And so it hasn't really been much of a shift for us. And a lot of the investors that we talk to are really supportive of our approach and our trajectory. And overall, I actually think this return to value is really ultimately good for the startup ecosystem.
Very quickly, are you plans on going public at all? Can we buy into this?
When we think about going public, it's the same way we approach any other big strategic decision. Which of these options is the best path for optimizing our path to our ultimate mission? And going public is just one of those steps on that path. Depends on a lot of factors, state of the markets, state of the business. So right now, we're really just focused on building long-term value.
Well, we wish you the very best of luck. Thanks for coming on the show. Cheaper drugs for everyone is always a good thing, so we wish you a lot of success with that venture. Jamie Karraker, CEO at Alto Pharmacy. Thank you so much for being here.